In the Jataka, birth stories, a collection of scriptures recounting the past lives of the Buddha, there are a total of 547 stories. Each story serves as a lesson on karma and depicts the Buddha's past incarnations as a bodhisattva. Below are some of the most notable stories about compassion and generosity. The story of the rabbit who gave its life, Sasajataka, number 316. The origins of the story. In the distant past, before the bodhisattva attained supreme enlightenment, he underwent countless lifetimes cultivating the path of a bodhisattva, practicing the perfections, paramitas, and embodying noble virtues. In one such lifetime, he was born as a rabbit and demonstrated boundless compassion by offering his own life to save an ascetic. This story serves as a testament to the perfection of generosity, dana paramita, the act of giving wholeheartedly, without attachment. The setting and the meeting of destinies. During that time, on a lush green mountain far removed from worldly distractions, 4 animal friends lived together in a peaceful forest. A monkey, an otter, a jackal, and a rabbit. Each had its own way of life, yet all shared a common aspiration: to cultivate good deeds, support one another, and practice generosity toward those in need. The monkey gathered fruits, the otter caught fish from the stream, the jackal scavenged for food in the wilderness, while the rabbit, pure in nature, subsisted only on tender grass and leaves. Despite its humble means, the rabbit maintained an open heart, always ready to share, even though it had little more than its own life to offer. The rabbit often taught its friends, saying, "Generosity is the foundation of virtue, the guiding light for those on the path of righteousness. If we encounter someone in need, we must not hesitate to give whatever we can." A divine test. One day Shakra, the king of the gods, looked down from the heavens and wished to test the compassion of these 4 animals. He disguised himself as a poor ascetic, covered in dust, and wandered into the forest seeking alms. The ascetic first met the monkey, who promptly climbed a tree and picked the ripest fruits to offer. The ascetic accepted the gift with gratitude. Next, he encountered the otter, who swiftly dived into the river and caught a few fresh fish to present. The ascetic smiled and received them. The jackal, too, wasted no time. It searched the wilderness and found some leftover meat from a carcass, offering it with sincerity. Finally, the ascetic approached the rabbit. But the rabbit, having only grass and leaves, had nothing suitable to give. After contemplating for a moment, the rabbit declared, "I have nothing to offer but my own body. Please, kind ascetic, build a fire, and I shall give myself so that you may be nourished." The supreme act of self-sacrifice. The ascetic, who was actually Chakra in disguise, kindled a great fire to see if the rabbit was truly willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. As the flames roared, the rabbit, without hesitation, leapt into the fire. Miraculously, the flames did not harm the rabbit. Because its act of self-sacrifice stemmed from pure compassion and selflessness, the worldly fire could not consume it. At that moment, Chakra revealed his true form and appeared before the rabbit, saying, "O Bodhisattva, your virtue is immeasurable. Only one who has transcended the self can offer their own life without hesitation." The reward and the lesson of karma. Moved by deep admiration, Chakra took the image of the rabbit and etched it onto the moon to honor its supreme generosity. From that day forward, the shape of a rabbit has always been visible on the moon, serving as an eternal reminder of the Bodhisattva's selfless act. This story illustrates the truth of fearless giving, the practice of generosity without fear of loss, for a true bodhisattva understands that the physical body is impermanent, while merit and compassion are eternal. The philosophy of karma and its application in life. Generosity extends beyond material gifts. We can practice giving in many ways, not only through money or food, but also by sharing knowledge, time, and kindness. Selflessness and altruism. The rabbit's sacrifice was not made in pursuit of rewards, but out of genuine compassion, without a sense of self or other. Purity of heart overcomes all obstacles. When the mind is free from attachment and ego, even the fire of greed, anger, and delusion cannot harm it. Good deeds leave a lasting impact. Just as the rabbit's image was immortalized on the moon, every act of kindness leaves an imprint in the hearts of sentient beings, creating karmic seeds for future goodness. Conclusion. The story of the rabbit who gave its life is an invaluable lesson in sacrifice, compassion, and fearless generosity. In our daily lives, we can practice generosity in ways that suit our circumstances, through material giving, sharing wisdom, or offering protection and support. Even small acts of kindness, like a word of encouragement or a simple gesture of help, bring light into the world. When we give with a pure heart, we not only benefit others, but also cultivate seeds of virtue within ourselves, paving the path toward enlightenment and liberation. The story of the prince who gave away his eyes, Nigroda Migajataka, number 12. The background of the story. In ancient times, when the Bodhisattva was still on his path to perfecting the paramitas, he underwent countless lifetimes practicing noble aspirations. In one such life, he was reborn as a prince. Unlike others, from an early age, he displayed boundless compassion and an unwavering spirit of selflessness. The story of the prince who gave away his eyes serves as a testament to his fulfillment of the perfection of generosity, Dana Parami, surpassing all attachments to his own body and life. A past life setting. Long ago, in a vast and prosperous kingdom, there was a prince named Nigroda. He possessed a dignified appearance, exceptional wisdom, and infinite compassion. From a young age, he showed no interest in wealth or luxury, but was solely devoted to the path of virtue. He believed that the body was impermanent and that all worldly possessions were fleeting. Only merit and wisdom could serve as true provisions on the journey to liberation. Seeing the transient nature of life, Prince Nigroda often retreated into the deep forest, living a meditative life while practicing generosity and moral discipline. He firmly held the view that if he could bring benefit to sentient beings, he would not hesitate to sacrifice even his own life. A fateful encounter and trial. One day, in the forest where the prince was practicing, a blind ascetic wandered in. He was exhausted, suffering immensely from living in a world of perpetual darkness. Seeing this pitiful sight, Prince Nigroda, filled with compassion, approached him and asked, "Venerable one, what misfortune has caused you to suffer blindness and sorrow?" The ascetic lamented, "I lost my eyes, and ever since everything has been shrouded in darkness. My life is filled with suffering, and I have no refuge. If only I could see the light once more, even for a fleeting moment, I would be content." The prince's heart overflowed with compassion. He pondered, "If my eyes can restore someone's vision, what is there to be attached to? This body is but impermanent dust, yet acts of virtue will endure forever." Resolving thus, he made an unwavering decision to give away his eyes. He said to the ascetic, "Venerable one, if you truly desire to have eyes, I offer mine without hesitation." Without delay, the prince plucked out his own eyes and placed them in the ascetic's hands. Blood streamed down his face, but he showed neither fear nor regret. Instead, his heart was filled with boundless joy, knowing that he had performed an act of immense virtue. The miracle of compassion. As soon as the prince's eyes touched the ascetic's hands, a wondrous light radiated, dispelling all darkness. The blind ascetic was no ordinary beggar. He was, in fact, Saka, the king of the gods, who had descended to the human realm to test the prince's compassion. Moved by Prince Nigroda's limitless kindness, Saka used his divine powers to restore the prince's eyesight. But this was no ordinary vision. It was a transcendent sight that allowed him to perceive the truth of impermanence, suffering, and non-self in the three realms. Karma and the lessons of the story. The story of Prince Nigroda is not merely about sacrifice. It conveys profound teachings on generosity in Buddhist practice. True generosity is free from attachment. The prince felt no regret in giving away his eyes because he understood the impermanent nature of the body. Only compassion is everlasting. Giving with joy. True generosity reaches the level of parami, only when performed with joy, without expectation of reward. Embracing suffering as part of the path to enlightenment. The prince bore no resentment or pain in losing his eyes, for he saw it as a small trial on the path of the Bodhisattva. Virtuous deeds never perish. Every act of goodness, great or small, will bear fruit in this life or the next. The prince's sacrifice not only restored the ascetic's sight, but also illuminated his own spiritual path, bringing him closer to enlightenment. Applying the lesson in daily life. In modern times, not everyone can give away their eyes like Prince Nigroda. However, generosity can be practiced in many ways. Material generosity, helping the poor, sharing food, or contributing to charities. Generosity of knowledge, Dhammadana, sharing useful knowledge or teaching the Dharma to those in need. Generosity of fearlessness, Abhayadana, assisting those in distress, offering comfort and providing protection. The story of Prince Nigroda reminds us that true generosity is not a loss but a path to wisdom and liberation. When we let go of attachments, we attain true freedom. Conclusion. The prince who gave away his eyes is an eternal lesson in selflessness, sacrifice, and the path of the Bodhisattva. While we may not have the opportunity to give away our physical eyes, we can cultivate compassion and wisdom in our daily lives. For in the light of loving kindness, all darkness of ignorance will eventually fade away. The story of King Vesantara's ultimate generosity. Vesantara Jataka, number 5 and 47. Introduction. Bodhisattva Vesantara is one of the most significant past lives of the Buddha, exemplifying the perfection of generosity. He not only gave away wealth and treasures, but also offered his wife and children, demonstrating the ultimate renunciation, free from all worldly attachments. This story holds profound meaning in Buddhism, emphasizing selflessness and boundless compassion. Background of a past life. In a distant past life, the Bodhisattva was born as Prince Vesantara, the son of King Sanjaya of the Sivi kingdom. From an early age, Vesantara displayed immense generosity, giving without hesitation. He believed that all material possessions, even his own life, were impermanent, and only compassion and generosity could lead to liberation. One day, after ascending the throne, he gifted a sacred white elephant of the royal family to a neighboring kingdom. The people believed the elephant brought blessings to their land, and fearing misfortune, the ministers and citizens urged King Sanjaya to exile Vesantara. Life in the forest and trials. Without resentment, Vesantara accepted his exile with joy. Accompanied by his wife, Queen Mati, and their 2 young children, he retreated into the forest to live an ascetic life. Along the way, he continued to practice generosity, giving away all remaining possessions to those in need. Upon reaching the Vankagiri forest, the family built a small hut to live in meditation. Queen Mati devotedly cared for her husband and children, enduring hardships without complaint. But the greatest trial was yet to come. Offering his wife and children, the ultimate renunciation. One day, a Brahmin named Jujaka arrived. He was poor and pressured by his wife to find 2 servants for their household. Knowing Vesantara's boundless generosity, Jujaka requested his children. With immense compassion, Vesantara did not hesitate. He thought, though these children are mine, they are also beings with their own karma. If they can be of benefit to others, I should not cling to them. Thus, he joyfully gave his children to Jujaka. When Mati returned and found the children missing, she was heartbroken. However, upon learning that this was done for the greater good, she accepted it with devotion. Soon after, the heavenly king Saka, Indra, decided to test Vesantara by disguising himself as a Brahmin and requesting Mati as a servant. With complete detachment, Vesantara, embodying perfect selflessness, willingly offered his wife without hesitation. Restoration and the blessings of generosity. Witnessing Vesantara's absolute renunciation, Saka revealed his true form and returned Mati to him. Meanwhile, King Sanjaya, regretful for exiling his virtuous son, searched for and ransomed the children from Jujaka. The family was reunited, and Vesantara was welcomed back to the kingdom, where he ruled with boundless compassion. Karma and lessons from the story. The Vesantara Taka is more than a tale of a king's generosity. It conveys profound Buddhist teachings, perfection of generosity. Vesantara's charity extended beyond material wealth to his dearest loved ones, embodying complete detachment from all possessions. Renunciation. He did not view his wife and children as personal property, but recognized the impermanence of all things. He let go without attachment, knowing clinging is the root of suffering. Good deeds always bear fruit. Vesantara's perfect generosity led to great merit. In the end, he reunited with his family and laid the foundation for his future enlightenment as the Buddha. Compassion and wisdom together. True generosity must be accompanied by wisdom. Vesantara gave not out of pity, but with deep understanding that giving helps both the recipient and the giver transcend suffering. Applying these teachings to modern life. We can practice Vesantara's generosity in daily life. Material giving, helping the poor, donating to charity, and supporting those in need. Sharing knowledge, educating and guiding others on the right path. Giving fearlessness, offering comfort and protection to those in distress. Detachment in giving, helping others without expecting anything in return. Conclusion. The story of King Vesantara's ultimate generosity teaches selflessness, renunciation, and the Bodhisattva path. Whether a king or an ordinary person, everyone can practice generosity to cultivate merit and create positive karma for the future. When one is free from attachment to wealth, status, or relationships, true liberation, the foundation of enlightenment, is attained.